690-9551.
Thank you, Missy. 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Is it not raining right now, right? It's just overcast.
Yes, it's pretty, though.
Looks like the sidewalk is wet out there, though. So.
Yep.
Let's see, a few things I wanted to... I did not forget that I want to tell you about the quiet passing of a local institution, a long-standing entity, a tradition in Ocala.
Now, I'm curious. I can't think of what it could be.
Curious what it is, huh?
Okay.
Well, let me first tell a couple things in the news. Let's see. First of all, the elephant sanctuary that Disney uses, they've had some problems. Fellsmere is where it is. It's called the National Elephant Center. And while it's called that, the only elephants there are Disney elephants from the animal kingdom.
Oh.
Did you hear about this?
No.
So Fellsmere, I didn't know where Fellsmere was.
I don't know.
I had to look it up on what do you call that, Google Maps. Fellsmere is down near Vero Beach, sort of, kind of.
Oh, okay.
Between Melbourne and Vero Beach. So that's where they have the elephant sanctuary for the elephants. Well, it's a national elephant sanctuary is what it's called. Out in National Elephant Center, but the elephants from Disney's Animal Kingdom go there. Anyway, 2 of them died.
Oh.
A 10-year-old male named Tufani died earlier this year from salmonella. Salmonella.
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't it amazing?
Oh.
Salmonella is just a little tiny microbe, right? But yet it can knock down a big elephant.
Yeah, they weren't taking care of their food properly.
Something happened, yeah. His mother, Moyo, also died. She was giving birth to one of the... I guess one of the siblings of Tufani, and she died during that pregnancy. The baby also didn't live, by the way.
Oh.
So they've had some issues with their elephants down at the animal kingdom.
Maybe it's not a good climate for them.
I don't know. I don't know much about it, but it was just one of those stories that kind of caught my eye. I thought it was interesting.
Very.
A couple of other things. Did you hear about the guy who quit ISIS? He went to Turkey. He said, "Okay, they're shooting. They got the airplanes out there now. I quit.
Good for him.
I'm no longer on this team." So he went across the border into Turkey, and now he's.
Did they arrest him?
He was on CNN. He was in an exclusive interview with Arwa Damon. ISIS leans heavily on foreign fighters. He met lots of guys from France while he was there, he said.
Oh, no.
And meanwhile, France is sending planes to help with that fight. So who knows?
Gosh.
It's a crazy thing. And then you think, beheadings are only happening by these nuts. This guy out in Oklahoma cuts off one of his coworkers' heads. Did you hear that story?
That one I heard. I thought, oh, my God, that is so disgusting. So disgusting.
Anyway, he by the way, the guy who cut off her head is also a radical Islam, whatever.
Yeah, just round them up. They do something bad, kill them.
And then there was this crazy story. There were no bullets, no bruises, no sign of violence or foul play. So they're waiting for blood tests to figure out why 5 members of a family all were dead in a home in Utah.
Oh, no.
All 5 bodies were lying in one bedroom of a duplex. Heaters running on gas can do this sort of thing with carbon monoxide poisoning, but firefighters went in wearing protective gear, found no traces of carbon monoxide.
Something happens. It was a murder-suicide, I bet you. Like the Kool-Aid, the Jim Jones's type of guy.
Could be. Who knows? Crazy world. Crazy world we live in.
Don't do that. If you want to do away with yourself, do it just to yourself.
Don't tell him that.
What?
Don't tell me to do that.
Well, don't take people with you.
Yeah, well, that too. But
okay.
All right. So I have something very, very much lighter than that, and then we'll talk about the Supreme Court's predicament or dilemma or challenge. There was an institution here in Ocala. I'm still teasing you.
Yes, you are.
That is no longer around.
I can't guess. I'm trying.
It was part of my life for many, many years. Mm-hmm. Do you know yet what it was?
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Is it Rainbow Springs?
No.
Oh, okay.
You thought Rainbow Springs went away? No.
I know we're past it.
This is gone. This is something I did every day, and it's gone. 629-1212.
Oh,
is gone.
Yeah, time and temperature.
The time and temperature
right.
was a long-standing tradition in Ocala. Now, it was not, contrary to what many people believed, it was not a product of WOCA radio.
Yeah.
It was a product of Marion Music, and Marion Music still is around and still doing well. But Marion Music was the company that had 6291212. Now, for those who don't know what that is, I hope you do. It was the best way to get the weather and the time. In recent years, the computer that ran the thing was falling behind, and so after a few months, it was always a minute behind and 2 minutes behind, and we'd get calls here all the time complaining, "Hey, it's the wrong time."
Yeah, right.
Or the sound is bad. It started falling apart, and so Andrea, who is the person that I would always contact, because I was the voice on 6291212.
Yes, you were all those years.
I was the guy who did
Decades.
the weather every morning on 6291212. I think they gave me, to this day, I can't tell you how many seconds they gave me. I think it was 40 seconds. I had to get everything in 40 seconds.
Yeah.
And sometimes I would get people requesting, "Hey, can you wish my mother happy birthday on the weather phone?" Sure. And I wanted to point out something that the weather phone enabled us to do in 2004. In 2004, as you probably remember if you were here, we had like 4 major hurricanes passing through Florida.
Yeah, back to back.
Some of them were overnight worries for a lot of people. A lot of people went to the shelters, at least with 2 of them. I'm trying to remember exactly, but at least 2 of the storms passed through Ocala close enough that many people went to the different shelters, which were in the high schools. Now, in today's day and age, and this is why 6291212 isn't necessary anymore, because everybody has these smartphones, everybody can get the weather just from the weather is available so many different ways. 2004, that wasn't true. And so in 2004, you could listen to the radio to get the weather, but not everybody had a radio. But everybody had a cell phone in 2004. And when they went to these shelters, they had no way of really keeping up to date with what was going on with the 2 hurricanes that I remember. And they were like a weekend apart. A week apart from each other.
Yeah.
During the weekend, during the middle of the night. So my son Alex and I hunkered down. I like that word, hunkered.
Yeah.
At WOCA when we were in the Cascades, and we rode out the storm, so to speak, and we had everything that everything was working, which was good. And we were broadcasting, of course, to the listeners, but many of the people in the shelters didn't have radios.
Right.
And they were calling 6291212 to keep up with what was going on. And I would update that thing every 15 minutes.
Yep.
Every 15 minutes, I would take that 40 seconds that was on that little recording device, and I would give an update as to where the storm was, how close it was, how fast the winds were, any reports of down lines, any reports of available ice, any reports of available sandbags.
Anything.
And I remember it was an all-night thing. We did it all night long, a couple of nights for the first storm, and then I guess one night for the second storm.
Yeah.
And the people in the shelters, some became listeners because of that. They hadn't listened to the station, and then they were, because they were calling 6291212. So I just thought I would mention it because it was a long-standing tradition in Ocala. Marion Music provided it. If you know the folks over at Marion Music, Andrea, and the other lady is Matt's wife, Matt Gibbs' wife.
Yeah.
Forgive me, I don't remember her name. There is a guy over there too, but I don't know his name either.
Yeah.
I really don't know them. I really don't know any of them. But I would call there every single day, every single morning mostly, and update the weather. It's no longer here.
No.
They pulled the plug on it.
Yep.
There was a rumor, not a rumor, but it looked like for a while that WOCA may have acquired it, but I guess Dan decided not to do that.
And some businesses did advertise on there too.
So. Oh, it was an advertising business.
Yeah,
they made money.
Businesses did advertise when you called the weather. You heard an ad or a public service announcement, and very, very nice, very good for its day. But
anyway, for those, I can't tell you how many people would stop me. Hey, aren't you the guy on the weather phone? So it had a little bit of a following also. But anyway, it's gone. The weather phone is gone, at least the one that I was involved with. There might still be one out there, I don't know. 629-1212.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, technology is far advanced, but in its day, it was the best thing ever.
Yep. So 629-1212. A footnote in Ocala history.
Yep. And WOCA has always been on the cutting edge.
WOCA was there for that one. Oh man.
Always.
Oh man.
Always.
All right. I promise we will talk about what I mentioned earlier with the Florida Supreme Court looking at this sovereignty issue with certain state entities, including the University of Central Florida and the death of a football player. We'll talk about that and the Supreme Court's dilemma when we come back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For today, clouds and some sun with a couple of showers and thunderstorms around mainly during the afternoon and evening hours. The high today, 83 to 87, and mostly cloudy later tonight, low 71 to 75. For tomorrow, clouds will limit sunshine, a couple of showers and thunderstorms. Some can be heavy in the afternoon. The high today, 82 to 86. Then on Wednesday, variable cloudiness with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, high 83 to 87. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Jeff Gordon wins at the Monster Mile. I'm Joe Moore. This is the Coca-Cola Monday Morning Race Refresher, sponsored by Coca-Cola. Enjoy the race with an ice cold Coke, the official soft drink of NASCAR.
What does it mean to add refreshing Coca-Cola to an ordinary day? It means your family's celebrating the 5th of July. It's turning the living room floor into the best seat in the house. We're spending a weekend losing your voice while finding it. It means sitting down with a delicious Coke and interrupting the interruptions. After all, there are 364 other days that would love some fireworks. So grab an ice cold Coke and make any day a holiday. Coca-Cola. Open happiness.
Jeff Gordon proved he's in it to win it. That is the championship. After scoring the victory at the Monster Mile at Dover, Delaware, Jeff took over late in the race and drove away to his 4th win of the year.
Alan Gustafson, this whole 24 team, Drive In Hunger team, they worked so hard this weekend. We struggled a bit. It was not an easy weekend, and there were times that we were pretty good. Other times when we needed to really work on, we just stuck together as a team, and they gave me a great car today. You know, we weren't the fastest on the short runs, but boy, if we had long runs like we did there at the end of the race, you know, we were pretty tough to beat.
Brad Keselowski was 2nd, Jimmy Johnson 3rd, Joey Logano 4th, and Matt Kenseth 5th. The drivers who failed to move on to the contender round in the chase were A.J. Allmendinger, who missed it by 2 points. Also out, Kurt Busch, Greg Biffle, and Eric Almirola. 12 drivers move on next week to the contender round, which starts at Kansas Speedway. They include Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, and Jeff Gordon, along with Kyle Busch, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Matt Kenseth, Ryan Newman, Carl Edwards, Denny Hamlin, and Casey Kane. That's the Monday Morning Race Refresher. I'm Joe Moore on the Motor Racing Network.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
1370 WOCA.
Thank you very much. 12 minutes before 8 o'clock, 72 degrees. Isn't it amazing how a few degrees makes a big difference? Except
Oh, it does.
72 degrees doesn't feel cool, but the other day it was 68 and it felt cool.
Yeah, it makes a big difference on attitude, too, I think.
It's only 4 degrees.
Yeah.
4 degrees.
Yeah,
All right,
it's a big difference.
All right, so let me tell you what this story was with the Florida Supreme Court. There was an Orlando jury felt it was obvious that when Eric Plancher struggled to breathe, struggled to live, he collapsed on a football training field. No one tried to help him. That was the conclusion of the jury in Orlando. Mm-hmm. Instead, the University of Florida coach George O'Leary ordered his teammates to back up, according to testimony in the 2011 wrongful death trial. Okay, so now you know the young man who died, Eric Plancher, died the 2011. 3 years after Plancher died, Plancher was 19 years old, on the Knights field, the jury awarded his parents $10 million.
Gosh.
They can't get their son back.
No.
$10 million doesn't get your son back. $10 million is just $10 million. The University of Central Florida Athletics Association, which runs the football program, and its insurer were on the hook for up to $14 million including attorney fees and costs.
Gosh.
That changed on August 16th, 2013, when a panel of the 5th District Court of Appeals issued an unsigned opinion absolving the Athletic Association of liability for all but $200,000 because of the state's sovereign immunity law covering public agencies.
Oh my gosh.
A legal construct designed to protect the taxpayer's purse. Sovereign immunity extends to state agencies and corporations that act mainly as instrumentalities or agencies of the state or of the counties or of the municipalities. That's the statement actually from the statute itself, which is Florida Statutes Section 768.28. The statutory damage cap is $200,000. No matter what you win in a court settlement, if you are entitled to sovereign immunity, you are only expected to pay $200,000. The UCFAA, trying to remember what that was, isn't a state agency like UCF, and the university does not control the association's day-to-day operations. The 5th District was satisfied that UCF could tell UCFAA what to do if it wanted to. Judge Wendy Berger, the only woman among the court's 10 active judges, was the only panel member who described Plancher's death. She says, as the jury found, it was both the coaching staff's actions and inactions that led to the tragic death of Eric Plancher. It is difficult, she wrote, to comprehend how one human being can ignore another in obvious distress or prevent someone else from offering aid to one in distress, but inexplicably, that is what happened here. The issue of whether sovereign immunity should shield UCF Athletic Association from $9.8 million of the $10 million damage that was awarded is now before the Florida Supreme Court. The court announced it will not hear oral argument in the case. Lead attorney for the Planchers is Stephen Yerrid, a Tampa lawyer who distinguished himself as a member of the team that secured the $13 billion settlement for Florida from the tobacco companies in 1997.
Gosh.
So obviously a big player. For the Plancher family and the stake of all Floridians, we are extremely troubled by such a broad expansion. That's his comment right there. He goes on to say, to allow immunity in such circumstances creates a dangerous precedent for student athletes and their families. It says here, perhaps Yerrid experienced deja vu when the defendants argued in the Plancher civil trial that an undiagnosed heart condition killed the young athlete. A standard defense in tobacco cases is that other ailments, not nicotine addiction, claims the lives of smokers. Anyway, apparently Plancher had sickle cell. He was of Haitian descent. Sickle cell is generally benign, but extreme exertion can activate it. The athlete's red blood cells warp or sickle, from where the name comes from, restricting the flow of blood through the bloodstream and breaking down muscles. According to the Orange County Medical Examiner's Office, Plancher's death was caused by dysthymia due to acute exertional. I'm never going to read these words. Anyway, he connected it to the sickle cell. Mm-hmm. An abnormal rhythm of the heart, etc. Coach O'Leary knew Plancher had sickle cell, but didn't share that information with most of his assistants or with Robert Jackson, the only trainer on the field the day Plancher died, according to the Supreme Court's brief. The National Collegiate Athletic Association requires taking certain precautions with athletes who carry the trait, such as releasing them from training if they're greatly fatigued or breathless. Apparently, those precautions weren't taken. So, even if they could connect his death to the sickle cell, mm-hmm. They did not take precautions they should have, even though everybody who knew should have said something and didn't.
It sounds that way.
Anyway, so this case is not just about this one child, this one student, 19 years old child. The case is playing out against the backdrop of financial interests across the state, not to mention the troubles over playing misbehavior currently in the National Football League. Football revenues bring the University of Central Florida the biggest share of $30 million a year.
Wow. Big business.
O'Leary gets a salary of over $1 million, by the way.
Oh my gosh. That's more reason that they need to pay attention to every individual.
The coach gets a lot of money for coaching. When the case was pending in the 5th District, it attracted only a small brief led by gridiron powerhouses, the University of Florida and FSU. 10 schools supported the position of the school. They have good reason to try to make sure there's no new over-the-top benchmark to worry about. So they're hoping that the sickle cell part of this gets the Florida Supreme Court to say they're not liable for it. However, that's really not the point. The point is that the jury decided $10 million was going to be awarded to the family, but it's not now because of the immunity. In 2004, Florida State paid $2 million to the family of linebacker Devon Darling, who died after a practice session. He was one of 9 college football players since 2000 whose deaths had been linked to sickle cell trait. This, according to the Orlando Sentinel.
And look at the high school students that died a couple of years ago just training during the summertime.
Got to be careful if you have sickle cell.
Here in Florida. And they didn't have sickle cell. They had other things.
A lawsuit, much like the Planchards, was filed last month in California. The family of Ted Agu, 21 years old, a University of California player with sickle cell who died after a training session, is suing the regents of the state university system for the exact same reasons.
Yeah.
So the Florida Supreme Court, has to now make a decision as to whether or not this sovereign immunity should be extended to the University of Central Florida, and then, of course, the bigger picture would be to the other universities.
Well, sure.
If it is, then this can happen left and right, and while $200,000 seems like a lot of money to you and I, to a school that pays one coach $1 million, $200,000 is not that big of a deal.
No.
But sticking with a $10 million lawsuit, a $10 million obligation, and they just might be more careful in preventing kids with sickle cell or anything else that might cause them to collapse and or die on the field.
Heat exhaustion, sure. Everything.
Get them to take a little bit more responsibility rather than, come on, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Next thing you know, they're dead.
That's right.
So I really think that while money is never been a huge issue for me personally, and I'll never ever understand why somebody would sue for $10 million when the son is never going to come back. I do see that since money is what rules the world and money is what motivates people, and the threat of having it forced out of your hands is always there, well, then the threat should be there. I think that the Supreme Court, if I was them, this is the direction my thinking would go. My thinking would go that no, you don't have immunity. You have the lives of young athletes in your hands.
That's right.
You're deciding that a young athlete with sickle cell should play and should be exerted beyond the point that is reasonable, to the point where he drops dead on the field, and you can wash your hands of it, knowing that the school can handle $200,000.
Yeah, exactly.
If you get sued, it doesn't matter what they sue us for. They could sue us for $1 billion, and we still are only owed $200,000.
As long as we get that pennant. As long as we win.
Anyway, I don't know how you all feel about it, but I thought it was an important story. It's an important news item, obviously, and the state of Florida will be affected by the decision that the Supreme Court makes.
That's huge.
So obviously, if it's got a follow-up story in the coming weeks, we'll be making sure to get it out to you. But anyway, so they're weighing the sovereignty issue, and again, Eric Plancher is gone he's gone for 3 years now. But
it's too sad. Parents hurt every day.
And I guess the takeaway message of this is not about lawsuits. It's about, if you are a person with sickle cell, you're not Superman.
No.
If you're a person with a heart murmur, you're not Superman.
We're all fragile.
If you're going out on that field, we're all fragile. Yeah. We're only human.
Yeah. Yeah. So sad.
All right, just thought I would share that with you. To me, it's a debatable thing that the community at large should be saying something on. They don't want to hear oral arguments. They say they don't want to hear oral arguments, but they can hear public outcry.
Yes, they can.
There's not going to be a public outcry if the news media doesn't get the word out about it. So I felt it was our responsibility to talk about it.
Very much so.
And you never know. One kid just may live because somebody hears this. Mm-hmm. Not because of $10 million, but because somebody realizes it makes sense. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. A U.S.-led coalition continues airstrikes against ISIS, hitting several targets in Syria. President Obama says while the strikes have helped, more must be done.
We have to come up with political solutions in Iraq and Syria in particular, but in the Middle East generally, that arrives at an accommodation between Sunni and Shia populations.
The president speaking on CBS's 60 Minutes last night. The Supreme Court back at work with a closed-door conference to discuss same-sex marriage bans in 5 states.
Several states are asking the Supreme Court to reinstate the bans. Gay couples, too, want the justices to definitively rule on such laws' constitutionality.
Fox Radio's Jared Alpert. In Japan, 5 more bodies have been found near the summit of a volcano. 36 now known dead after an unexpected eruption over the weekend. Toxic gases and ash have hampered recovery crews. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Fox News Early Prime, breaking down business news and its impact on your bottom line. Your World with Neil Camuto.
That's how I do business. That's why I am business.
Bold positions and brash opinions on the topics America is buzzing about. The Five.
How do you think this will set in with the American people?
This will be the pulse of the nation.
Washington insight and political know-how from the best in the Beltway. Special report with Brett Bay.
The epicenter of the political world is here.
The #1 place for fair and balanced coverage. Fox News Channel.
What's wrong with working hard to make our lives and our kids' lives better? Nothing. At Fox Business, we don't have a problem with success. We have a very big problem with those who get in the way of it. We don't come out of the box bashing those who make money, just the politicians stealing it and the bureaucracies wasting it. We're not just sitting behind a desk. We're out in the field, on the floor, with the folks. Because when a story moves forward, so do we.
Fox Business, the power to prosper. Check your local listings.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Dan, did you know that the runway at Ocala's airport is nearly 8,000 feet long?
Why, no, Brad. I did not. Please, tell me more about said runway.
Seriously, it's a big airport.
Yeah, I kind of knew that. So what's your point?
Well, just that most people don't even realize there's an airport, much less one that's big enough for Air Force One to land.
And
that Ocala Aviation is based at Ocala International Airport.
So why are you telling me?
So that you can help me get the word out that Ocala Aviation has a fleet of airplanes, and it's here for them to learn to fly.
And how do you propose we get said message across to so many people at once?
We should put an ad on a good radio station. But yours will do.
Very funny. Well, what do you want to say?
That we offer private, instrument, and even commercial training. All right here in Ocala. They don't even have to go anywhere else. They can do it all right here.
Nope, never work.
Well, then give them the number to call with any questions.
I can't even remember your number.
Yes, you do. 861-7484. How hard is that?
Okay, I'll call you next week and we'll get it started.
Can you remember the number this time?
Yes, 861-7484.
Good boy.
Hey, it's Christy with Ocala Mac and PC Repair and Ocala Guest Wi-Fi to let you know we have you covered. We are the only local certified Apple and Microsoft computer company in Ocala. We are family owned and operated. From mobile repair to wireless networks, viruses, new systems, or security cameras, we do it all. Check us out online, ocalamacpc.com, or give us a call, 352-566-8324.
Tell them Nick, Madison, or Mason sent you and get free diagnostic.
Get your internet telephone service from the company that brought affordable internet service to Ocala in the first place. All is Safe is a sister company of Ocala Guest Wi-Fi, a company you've known and trusted for all your internet needs. Whether you need a phone or hundreds, we've got the products and services to meet your needs both now and in the future. Our plans include everything from local and long-distance calling to equipment maintenance and even software upgrades. You can count on All is Safe to give you cost certainty knowing that your bill will be the same next week, next month, or even next year. Call 352-450-8647 today to learn how to cut your monthly telephone bill up to 60%.
Are you a mom looking for inspiration? Are you creative? Mamazine.com is a lifestyle blog designed for the local mom to be inspired by the beauty of motherhood while staying current on local events and issues. Visit Mamazine.com today to find events around town, recipes, imaginative play ideas, and more. Mamazine.com.
That's a cool name, isn't it? Mamazine.
Yeah.
Cool name.
Very cool.
5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Monday morning. Is it a dreary Monday morning? This is this kind of weather you want on Halloween, right?
Yeah.
1 month and 2 days from now.
It's good hair weather too. I love this weather because my hair doesn't frizz and it stays flat and it's really nice.
I think Galen Unil probably agrees with you on that.
Yeah,
one.
I hope so.
He's on the phone. Let's find out if he agrees with you. Good morning, Galen. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Is it a good hair day for you?
I don't know anything about hair. I don't know. That's my wife. I thought humidity was bad for hair. I thought you wanted it to be dry. That was what was good for hair, but I don't know.
No, the coolness. This is the good hair day today.
Yeah, but it's going to rain all day.
Yeah, so by noon I'll be looking like a poodle.
Really? So in Arizona, I'm trying to figure this out. So in Arizona, where it's arid all the time, is the hair always frizzy or what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So, but no, I love this weather because it's got to do with temperature too. Nice. Not my hair anyway. Somebody else's hair might be different, but this is good for me.
How was your weekend, Galen?
Oh, it was good. It was a good weekend just to recharge the batteries. Didn't do anything at all. So it was,
good.
Awesome.
How's the blood supply? Let's get that out of the way first.
We're okay. We had a lot of usage for O over the last 3 or 4 days. So we're in critical need of O positive and O negative.
By the way, I want to mention to the listeners that if ever in the course of our visits with Galen each morning, we're talking about something silly or something totally unrelated to blood donations, and you have a question about that, just call. Just interrupt us. Galen will happily answer those questions. That's one of the main reasons we do this, but of course we have fun with Galen, and hopefully we put together something entertaining in the meantime.
Yeah, absolutely. We get interrupted with worse things than talking about the blood supply.
By the way, this segment is sponsored by Penn Flooring. Thank them for doing this. They provide quality customer service with the family touch. They've been doing it for over 25 years. They've got a beautiful, spacious showroom. You can go check out their flooring options. 1201 Southwest 17th Street is where they're located, and that's over by the bridge on 17th Street, over the railroad tracks. And remember to tell them you heard about them on WOCA right here.
Yeah.
There you go.
And thank them for sponsoring Life South and Galen. Before I get into my free stuff on Craigslist, which is what the topic is today, when Alex went to Washington, D.C., I think he was it 5th grade,
Fifth
Robert?
grade.
5th grade.
Yep, safety patrol.
I don't know what, the computers were around, the internet was around, and webcams were around, and I was on the computer. It was primitive compared to today, but I was on there looking to see the buses.
Yeah, right.
I was so worried. Oh my God, he's up in Washington, D.C. And now he's 28 years old. He flies out to San Francisco. I'm tracking the flight yesterday. And just before he lands, the flight is like crazy. It's making circles and doing all kinds of stuff. And then he texts me and says, I'm landed.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh, geez, you're already in the ground. The tracking thing looks like you're still in the air. Okay.
Yeah, he was taxiing.
So, Galen, when your son went to North Carolina was it North Carolina you went?
Yes.
I mean, were you that same way? Were you like looking online for webcams and things like that?
Well, the thing is FlightAware is a program we use every day at Life South just to track when our plane flies at night. So it is a really, really cool website. But you know what I've done to make life easier for me is they have different location software. And so I just have location software on both of my boys' phones. So wherever they're at, I can track them within a foot and a half.
Oh wow!
So
Yeah, but see, the thing is this: you're still going to do it when they're adults, and you can't do that. You can't do that when they're adults.
Why not? Here's the rule of thumb: if I'm paying for the phone, I can do whatever the heck I want.
Well, I'm not paying.
If at a point they're paying for their own cell phone, then you know what?
I guess so. Yeah.
I don't think I'll be as much of a helicopter parent.
I guess so. And you think of San Francisco as a peaceful city, right? Oh, there's a love and peace. There's a few naked people, but other than that, no big deal. But then you see these crazy stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just,
I mean, I've been to San Francisco. I never looked at it as peaceful. I mean, it's a big town. There's a lot going on there. I don't know.
Really?
I thought
it was peace, love, flower child, and all that other stuff.
It's my wife's favorite city in America, and it's like, okay, it's fine.
Is it because of the Is it because of the naked men standing on the corners?
Well, no, I mean it's just what's beautiful though is when you go. They have some of the most gorgeous parks in the world. They have a big statue park, and then they have a redwood park. It's pretty incredible place for parks and things like that.
Wait a minute now. This is the same guy who doesn't want to look at foliage.
Yeah.
But beautiful parks, huh?
It's a park. I mean, I like parks. There's nothing wrong with parks.
A lot of this foliage happens in parks.
I like parks. Parks are good.
All right. I got some free stuff on.
Parks are good. It's got nothing to do with. I just go to look at a tree.
Trees are the predominant feature of any park, except for that one near the World Trade Center site. It's all concrete. You know that one right down there?
Yeah.
No trees at all. Galen, we didn't lose you, did we, Galen? I think we did. I think he's gone. Galen?
Yeah, he is. No, the phone's off.
Yeah.
The lights are out. He'll call right back.
See, phones used to work so good, remember? You couldn't have them in your car.
There he is.
But they used to work really well.
He's back.
Did you bail out on me? What happened?
Yeah, I think Joe got upset with me making fun of parks. I know more of parks than trees.
Yeah, I know, but there's a lot of trees in parks.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I got some free stuff on Craigslist if you're interested. Are you ready?
Everybody's interested in free stuff.
Okay. There's a mug that this guy's giving away, a beer mug. The glass big thing.
Stein.
Stein. Thank you. That's right.
Stein?
But it's just glass. It's got the word Fred on it. It's a free mug. If your name is Fred, you might want it.
Why not?
A free mug to Fred. A large glass.
You have to go pick it up. And do you really want to go to somebody's house who's giving away a free beer stein?
Actually, it says free to anybody named Fred. Photo identification is required.
Oh, there you go.
Your name's got to be Fred.
Yeah, I still wouldn't be there. Nope.
All right, here's another one. A free an industrial-sized wooden spool. I have a large wooden spool I would like removed from my property.
You could make a picnic table out of it.
Yeah, somebody could use it.
There you go.
Just thought you might be interested in that one. Here's another freebie. It's free, currently unused. It's an urn.
Oh.
I have an empty urn.
There's some value to that. I mean, those things are expensive. But I wonder if you go to the funeral parlor and say, no, I've got my own urn. I wonder if they'll accept that.
Oh, they will.
I would think so.
Yeah, Ronnie's got his all done.
Oh, wow.
Out of stainless.
Did he make it?
He's a welder. What can I say?
Robin, did he make it? Gail wants to know.
No, his friend is making it for him. He gave him the dimensions and everything. So it's a big project they're doing.
I'm pretty sure I don't know the dimensions of my ashes.
Well,
is that something I should know?
Yeah, you have to. You have to follow the rules.
How? Okay.
How
do you determine the dimensions of your ashes? Is there a formula for that?
I imagine so. It depends on your height and weight and all this stuff. They had to get it all figured out before they could construct it.
Really?
Yeah, honest. It's all paid for, the funeral and everything, yeah.
At what point in my life do I need to worry about that? I mean,
right now. Could happen any day.
Do I need to start thinking, all right, I'm going to have to Google that. All right.
Wow.
What size urn do I need?
Oh man,
Yep.
that is an interesting
He's
question.
a welder. It's going to be.
Did he really do that? He really figured it out?
Oh yeah. It's all.
Ay.
You know, his friend Kevin is working on it as we speak. So.
Does it cost more per size? Like, is Larry more expensive than you? His urn?
Probably.
Probably, yeah. I'm more expensive
That doesn't sound
a lot
fair,
of ways.
Larry.
No, it's not fair. What are we gonna do?
And I'm more expensive than my kids because they're littler than me. I'm big.
This urn, by the way, had contained the ashes of the guy's pet dog Dino, but the cat knocked it over, and anyway, so back.
I wouldn't have put that piece in the Craigslist, and you'd have a better chance. But you sign a waiver when you get your the remains. It's something like, what is it? 85%. Only 85% is yours. Is your loved ones or something?
But a used urn. Oh my gosh.
That was a dog.
Okay. What's the time frame for you to keep an urn? Right? Do you keep it 3 grates?
But still,
or 2 grates?
An urn. I mean,
like if I had the remains of my great grandfather, how long do I have to keep that?
You could keep it forever until you want to put them to rest.
Where would I want to put it?
Well, put on your fireplace mantle, decorate.
Can you imagine if you had a collection of them, though? I mean, this is my urn cabinet. This is my great.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I mean, it's like a card. You know, it's like a birthday card. How long do I have to keep that for?
Collecting them. You just collect them. You put a glass cover and.
I don't think I would glass.
This is a newer problem because, we just started really cremating people and keeping the remains in the last, 50 years, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting to see how long we have to keep the remains for.
Yeah, so beware when you go to estate sales. You never know what you're going to buy.
Maybe I should ask, we should ask the loved one, look, how long do you expect me to keep your remains?
Make a contract.
That should be in your living will.
Yeah, we gotta take a little break. We'll be right back. We'll figure out this dilemma when we come back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For today, clouds and some sun with a couple of showers and thunderstorms around mainly during the afternoon and evening hours. The high today 83 to 87 and mostly cloudy later tonight, low 71 to 75. For tomorrow, clouds will limit sunshine, a couple of showers and thunderstorms. Some can be heavy in the afternoon. The high today 82 to 86. Then on Wednesday, variable cloudiness with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, high 83 to 87. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
All right, let's get back on track. Galen Nunold on the phone from Life South Community Blood Center. We're talking about free stuff on Craigslist, and we sort of got stuck on the urn, the used urn, but
but that's interesting.
I think we figured it out during the break. All right, here's another free thing, a free trampoline, but here's the deal. This is a trampoline that worked fine. It's a little bit worn on the springs, but otherwise it's pretty fine. What happened is a storm came around and blew the whole trampoline over the 5-foot fence, 2 lots over, into a pond. And it's currently in the pond, and if you want it, you have to pull it out of the pond.
There you go.
Not safe.
Trampoline in a pond.
I'm pretty sure it's rusted to pieces.
Here's a free Kool-Aid costume. There's a handmade
Kool-Aid.
It's a handmade Kool-Aid costume. It has a framework of over 100 feet of PVC and CPVC pipe, and is about 40 inches in diameter. It was built as part of an elaborate prank to bust through a wall.
Wow.
Like
that probably failed miserably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have it for free. Says a little duct tape.
Isn't that the key to getting the Kool-Aid costume? My age group, Kool-Aid, Mr. Kool-Aid always broke through a wall. And that was the allure of drinking Kool-Aid is maybe the Kool-Aid guy.
That's right. You have to
bust through a wall.
Yeah. All right, the next freebie on Craigslist is a free keyboard. The letter key doesn't work. The letter K doesn't work.
Oh, not a musical keyboard. It's
No. It's a computer keyboard.
Oh, okay.
Like they're expensive, right? It's from 1999. The K doesn't work, and the R is always caps. Other than that, it's pretty good.
Yeah, they're like what? You could get like a keyboard for like $7.
Yeah. This one's for free. It goes back to 1999.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, here's another freebie. It's a 17-foot canoe. 2 asterisks. Not seaworthy.
Oh.
Most canoes can't go in the ocean anyway, but they can go in a lake.
This says it's great as a kid's sandbox or a flower bed or just something decorative, but do not take it out into the water.
It's got holes.
Oh, okay.
Not seaworthy.
People do that all the time, though. They turn that stuff into yard art.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. The free Chronicles of Riddick DVD. A free copy of the movie Chronicles of Riddick.
What is that?
I don't know. It says I got drunk the other day and threw it out the window, but it's still there next to a tree if you want it. There you go.
Wow, okay.
A
all right.
DVD next to a tree.
This isn't a very good movie.
Here's a free Magnavox 4-head hi-fi VCR with an awesome porno stuck inside for free.
Nice.
I am sure the tape can be removed, but I don't have the time to bother with it.
Wonder if it's their own home movie.
Yay.
Does it say in there that you have to be like over 18?
No.
There's some teenager looking. Look, if I could just figure out how to hook it up.
Right. Here's a free doghouse. It's only been used 5 million times. But it's in great shape. Just a few things wrong with it you might want to know. It's made from cardboard.
Oh.
There's a piece of poop in it that won't come out.
Ew.
My dog lived in it for 6 months until he died.
Oh.
Do not wash it. It's made out of cardboard.
Wow.
What the heck?
Hello. Okay.
All right, here's another one. A free cello.
Oh, there you go.
That sounds like a good idea.
That sounds good, yeah. So it says here, so my sister gave me this cello a couple of years ago. It's a nice cello. Actually, it's a great cello. It's probably the best cello, but I don't really know much about cellos. Also, the neck snapped off.
Oh.
So it's really more like 3/4 of a cello, but the other 1/4 is still there. It's just not attached.
Well, I guess you won't be getting.
It's kind of like you're getting 2 cellos. Only one of them doesn't have a body and the other doesn't have a neck.
You wonder if anybody calls on those things. Somebody works on instruments. Like, I think I can fix that cello.
You might be able to.
I bet.
Yeah. It's hard. And any stringed instrument, just so you know, that the amount of pressure that is pulled because of those strings is immense. I don't know what the number would be, but it's just huge.
Yeah, it is very huge.
This guy's giving away a free bar of Yugoslavian soap.
Nice.
Yes.
The Slavs are known for their soaps, Larry. I don't know if you knew this. But, they're some of the finest soap makers in the world.
There's another one, another freebie on Craigslist. A free box of Magnum condoms.
That's good.
I bought 33 packs of condoms before I got my vasectomy. Now I don't need them anymore, so if you want them, you can have them.
Well, that's mighty nice of the guy.
Nice guy, yeah.
Yeah, give it to the clinics.
Here's a free stuffed walrus head.
Oh, that's funny.
Just the head?
So just the head.
Just the head of the walrus?
Do you remember we had a guy on the air who had another walrus body part?
Oh, yeah, in Silver Spring Shores.
Yeah.
He got a lot of calls on it, too. It was an auction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was another body part, Galen.
Yeah.
On our show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Here's a free weather balloon that fell into my yard. It crashed into my yard. It's about the size of a Winnebago, and it still has a lot of its original aluminum siding intact.
That's funny.
I would particularly appreciate comments from anyone who works for the National Weather Service, because I guess they use monkeys or something now based on the bones inside.
Monkeys.
What?
That's what it says.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Oh. Send up
they should call somebody.
Free ugly mean cat. Free ugly mean cat.
Oh.
That's a good sales pitch.
Here's a free possessed play school.
You know, the thing is there's some cat person who's like, oh, I got to go save that cat.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the cat. It's the owner.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want an animal that was just not behaving like that.
No.
I can't do it.
No.
Yeah, but you could fix them, Larry. They're just not getting enough love.
Yeah, Ronnie could fix them.
A free lifetime supply of hot sauce.
What happened to your possessed?
Oh, the possessed barbecue. Sorry.
Yeah.
Free possessed play school talking barbecue. After much soul searching and with great reluctance, I'm getting rid of my play school talking barbecue. When I was moving into my house, the previous owners were cleaning out the garage and getting rid of some things. I saw that they were going to throw it away. It's a cute play school talking barbecue, and I just couldn't stand to see it being thrown in the garbage. Every time you touch it, though, it says, "Hey, it's time for a barbecue."
Oh.
The mouth moves, the eyes move, and then the spatula chimes, "Flip it good."
Oh.
Then the mustard bottle rotates and says, "It ain't done till there's mustard on the bun."
Oh.
Who could resist such a treasure? But be warned, it randomly turns itself on in the middle of the night. Pretty scary sometimes.
Oh.
I would make sure that would not have batteries in it.
Here's another freebie. It's a mini donkey. A mini donkey.
A real one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's a free toilet. Needs tender loving care.
Most toilets do.
I mean,
yeah.
Could be fixed up a little. It's a little dirty. It leaked and overflowed last time it was used.
Make it into a plant.
My son stuffed an action figure down it, so if anybody picks it up.
My son stuffed a Muppet down ours one day. Opened up that lid, and there's these big old bulging eyes looking at me. Oh, man, I think he was too.
Save me.
It's like, wow.
Save me.
A free a root from a tree. A root from a tree. Perfect for putting your feet up on while you're outside. Okay, a free root from a tree.
Oh, root. Okay.
A free box spring.
Oh.
For a diabolical revenge plot.
Oh.
Looks like a normal box spring, but if you secretly replace your sworn enemy's queen box spring with this one, revenge will be assured. The incessant squeaking of this sturdy foundation will torment your hated victim.
Nice. Nice.
We have feathers up there.
You gotta like the revenge that are long plays, that take 3 or 4 months.
Here's another freebie. 9 packets of regular flavored Quaker instant oatmeal.
Ew.
Okay.
I went to Costco and bought a huge variety pack of Quaker instant oatmeal. I'll eat almost all of it except for the regular flavored
Except for the plain one. I was going to say, they must have wanted only one flavor. That's the problem with buying the variety pack. There's always one flavor that you're not a big fan of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You got to find that other person in your life who likes that flavor.
Free a disgusting old curb couch that may contain a whole cat.
Oh.
Here's another couch. It's an inexperienced couch.
Oh.
So I've never been sat on by a football fan. There was no TV nearby, and it never hosted any sexual activity of any kind. Free to a loving home.
Sounds like a boring couch.
And finally, the free Kung Fu gerbil from the U.S. Navy found on my bridge. One gerbil, 6 inches high, bipedal with a sweatband, black belt, martial art uniform, swiveling hips, and 1 mace. Gerbil will dance for you to the tune of Kung Fu Fighting when you squeeze his left arm. Yeah, obviously, it's not a real gerbil.
Oh, that sounds funny.
Kung Fu gerbil from the U.S. Navy.
They're going to have to snatch that up real quick.
All right, Rob. From free stuff on Craigslist to donating blood, we need a segue.
The best free stuff that a person can ever get is blood from another human being because you can't purchase it. So go to Lifestyle Community Blood Centers, donate 1 unit of free blood so 3 other people can get 3 units free and live.
1 unit of free blood. Galen.
Yeah.
Where's the Bloodmobile today?
Today, the Bloodmobile is at Hobby Lobby.
At the Hobby Lobby. We can buy something.
Hobby Lobby.
That eventually you'll give away for free on Craigslist. And if you can't get the Hobby Lobby, go next door to the Cascades on Silver Springs Boulevard. You can donate blood over there. If you're in Denali, where would you go, Robin?
Right next door to Winn-Dixie.
Winn-Dixie.
All right, Galen, figure out how much your ashes are going to weigh. I'll tell you mine.
Yeah.
You tell me yours tomorrow. I'll tell you mine tomorrow, all right?
All right, fair enough. That sounds good.
All right, thank you again.
Right. Bye, Larry.
We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. A U.S.-led coalition continues airstrikes against ISIS, hitting several targets in Syria. President Obama says while the strikes have helped, more must be done.
We have to come up with political solutions in Iraq and Syria in particular, but in the Middle East generally, that arrives at an accommodation between Sunni and Shia populations.
The president speaking on CBS's 60 Minutes last night. The Supreme Court back at work with a closed-door conference to discuss same-sex marriage bans in 5 states.
Several states are asking the Supreme Court to reinstate the bans. Gay couples, too, want the justices to definitively rule on such laws' constitutionality.
Fox Radio's Jared Halpern. In Japan, 5 more bodies have been found near the summit of a volcano. 36 now known dead after an unexpected eruption over the weekend. Toxic gases and ash have hampered recovery crews. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Fox News Early Prime, breaking down business news and its impact on your bottom line. Your World with Neil Camuto.
That's how I do business. That's why I am business.
Bold positions and brash opinions on the topics America is buzzing about. The Five.
How do you think this will set in with the American people?
This will be the pulse of the nation.
Washington insight and political know-how from the best in the Beltway. Special report with Brett Baird.
The epicenter of the political world is here.
The #1 place for fair and balanced coverage. Fox News Channel.
What's wrong with working hard to make our lives and our kids' lives better? Nothing. At Fox Business, we don't have a problem with success. We have a very big problem with those who get in the way of it. We don't come out of the box bashing those who make money, just the politicians stealing it and the bureaucracies wasting it. We're not just sitting behind a desk. We're out in the field, on the floor, with the folks. Because when a story moves forward, so do we.
Fox Business, the power to prosper. Check your local listings.
Yeehaw! Howdy, folks. RL here to invite you to DQ. Dairy Queen is serving the crispiest, juiciest, most tasty chicken tenders, all beef chili dogs, and quarter-pound cheeseburgers on earth. And you get crispy fries, a drink, and an ice cream sundae of your choice for only $5. Remember, at DQ, you can lick their cones, but you can't beat their shakes. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Frederick's Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Frederick's Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Frederick's Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Frederick's Appliance.
News Talk 1370 WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
Hey, I'm Gary.
And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Now is the time to take advantage of Florida Credit Union's CD specials. Our 36-month CD comes in at 1.26% APY. A 24-month is working for you at 1.0% APY. And our 12-month at 0.75% APY. All CD rate specials require $10,000 minimum. With friendly service and rates like these, it's not hard to see why Florida Credit Union has your CD options covered. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Call 352-237-8222 for more information. Must act by 1/15/14.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.